56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
From the shotgun, Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Hey, Tuesday.
Whip. Watch the whip.
54, South.
Twist.
Throwing again. Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Let's go now. 56. Check. Alert 3. Let's go. Jim.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Check 56. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Ready,
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Watch the safety creep.
Shoot. He's coming. Double up.
They run. Devontae Freeman. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? Heavy?
58.
Give me some.
To throw is Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll air it out deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter.
Hey, 25.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
22 yards there, a first down.
25.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Gun.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
On first down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Go!
Let's go, baby. Mike 56, Mike.
Hey, check!
Hey, tighten down.
On second down, it's Freeman. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 3rd and long, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Falcons push further out in front. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Let's go,
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. He's going to take a shot, and that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons push further out in front. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half.
I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but now it'll be third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Check. Lucky.
On third down, here's Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Bridgewater. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
He's checking.
Bridgewater on first down. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Bridgewater again. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Third and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Bridgewater on 4th down. Going deep here for Allen. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. The intended receiver there, Allen. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Meanwhile, here a run on 1st down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back 25.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Go! Sean, ready. You ready?
Man, I got you. Shoot!
Let him go.
Ito Smith, his first carry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey. 4 down.
Check.
Like 22.
Hey, box drop.
Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan. And this one's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Hey, check. Hey, South. Base.
22.
Like gun.
Just coming, Mike. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Here's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may
through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 95 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
Let's see what you got.
To throw, Bridgewater. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go.
Ready, blue 80. Check.
Hey, let's get in that hole. Spot.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't. Hey, South. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Defense wins championships, baby.
On third down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Now it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. Ryan will throw again. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a third down. To throw again is Ryan. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
A 46-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back for pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
Now Bridgewater. And an alley to run. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. This is Donnell with a grab. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Bridgewater steps away to his left. Now he'll square up and throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Bridgewater now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Here's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
4th down. They're going. Bridgewater. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Check.
Now Ryan. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 28 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. 1st down, Bridgewater.
Not only they completed,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Another try after the 1st down sack. Bridgewater. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset, and they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints get a bit closer. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and very short, Ryan.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Switch.
Here's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. Power on power, but he's not going to get in. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the Saints 1-yard line.
36, 39.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
39. 56. Mike, 56. Hey, Zoo. 56. Watch the pass. Here we go. 56.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. He'll look to throw. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Hey, ready? 22's coming, Mike. Hey, white.
Let's go, defense.
On second down, Freeman. And he's got some space here. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons push further out in front. They got the touchdown, but a little risky, even though where they were to run the football in that situation on the final play.
If they give it up somehow, if a turnover is created and they take it back the other way, instead of a comfortable victory that they've got now, they've got a lot of explaining to do about why they tried to run the ball in that situation instead of just taking a knee and icing it.
But thankfully for them, they won't have to do any explaining. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Falcons, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look